guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hi, hello, my name is Deandra, and in today's video we are going to be doing my first true crime video. So I'm super excited about this. I love true crime, and I think a lot of you all do as well. Also, if you do like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. That way I know to do more true crime videos. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and that will be the first link in the description bar below. So ignore my hair. It has been a long day. I just want to go ahead and jump right into this video. So the case we're going to be talking about today is the Tatiane Spitzner case. Now, I do want to go ahead and say that this is a foreign case, so I was only able to find limited information on this case and limited information on her as well. And also, I do apologize if I'm pronouncing things wrong. It's kind of hard to pronounce things, and yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump on in it. So today we're going to be talking about the case of Tatiane Spitzner. And Tatiane Spitzner, she was a beautiful woman. And also, she was married to Louis Philippe Menvoire, not for sure. I totally probably butchered that, and I'm sorry. And they were married in 2013, and they had been married for about 5 years. Okay, so they lived in the southern Brazilian town called GRWM. That's probably completely wrong as well, but I will show you a little picture of that. And Tatiane was a very compassionate person. So she loved to help other people. She loved to help animals. She even actually rescued a horse, according to her sister. She was a very outgoing person as well. So she loved to go to events, to concerts. She loved to hang out with her family. And she loved just spending time with the ones that she actually loved. And also, she was a lawyer, and her husband was a professor. And from the outside looking into this, they seem to have the picture perfect storybook, you know, perfect marriage, and she seemed to have this picture perfect life, you know, like couple goals. Like, that's what they portrayed, you know, on social media. She was always smiling in her pictures. She was always smiling with the pictures posted with her husband, and she would even post about how special he was to her. However, things seem to be different from what was actually being portrayed on social media. So a friend of Tatiane said she frequently had bruises covering her arms, and apparently she sent a WhatsApp message stating that her husband actually hated her to death. And according to some other articles, apparently she had actually spoke to her family about divorcing her husband. And I'm not for sure how true these are. These are just some statements from the other articles that I have actually read, and like I said, I do apologize because it's kind of hard to, you know, get that Google Translate to fully give the correct information. However, I'm just going to continue on. So Spitzner's sister Luana, like I said, once again, I'm sorry, it's just a foreign name. She was actually with her and Louis, which is Tatiane's husband, just 2 hours before her sister actually met her death. So that's very sad. So what's so interesting about this case is that every single moment living up to her death was actually caught on CCTV footage, which is just security camera footage. So let's get into the case itself. So on July 22nd of 2018, in the CCTV footage, you can see Tatiane's husband, Louis, beating her. You can actually see that he goes to grab her when she tries to run away, and he actually forces her back into the elevator up to their 5th floor apartment. So about 20 minutes after getting her into the apartment, the CCTV actually picks up her plummeting to her death. Okay, so Louis is caught back on the CCTV footage, again, carrying Tatiane's lifeless body back up in the elevator up to their apartment. And then you can see him again come back later to wipe away her blood from the elevator in the elevator mirror. So he was actually arrested shortly after the incident had took place. And from another article that I had read, I actually had read that while he was trying to wipe the blood away was when he was actually arrested. And then another article I just read that he was just arrested a couple hours after the incident. Like I said, I don't know exactly which one's right, which one's wrong, because it's kind of hard to get that full translation there into English. But he was arrested and is now under investigation for her death. So after his arrest, he was initially questioned about Tatiane, and he had actually denied any foul play whatsoever. He stated that she just jumped off the balcony and that he didn't push her. But during his psych eval, he claims that he thought that she just jumped off on her own. But then again, he also went and claimed that he doesn't even remember actually what happened. And authorities said that they found no complaints filed against Manvar whatsoever, so that means that Tatiane had never once filed domestic violence against her husband during the 5 years that they were married. So not one time did she ever contact authorities about, being basically abused. So because of this footage, it has actually been viral in Brazil, and it has actually sparked an outrage against domestic violence. So now they are trying to actually get police to take domestic violence cases more seriously. And apparently only a quarter of women who suffer from domestic violence even report it to police. So it's only 25% of people who actually are getting abused even report it. And Brazil actually has the 7th highest rate of femicide in the world. And if you don't know what femicide is the killing of girls or women, particularly by a man and on account of gender. Also, Tatiane's neighbors actually say that they heard her desperately scream for help multiple times before she actually plummeted to her death. However, they did not intervene. Now, Tatiane's sister Luana, like I said, sorry, I don't know. She has actually created an Instagram page called Everyone for Tatiane, which I will actually have that linked below. And she actually warns about domestic violence and how violence leaves marks, and not seeing them actually leaves femicide. So if you want to go check out that Instagram page, I will have that linked below. I will also have linked below the CCTV footage. I was actually going to show it, but I think it's just way too graphic for me to show it. However, if you do want to see that, I will have that linked below. It's just extremely graphic, so if you are triggered by anything like that, I would advise you not to watch it. And because this case is so new, I'll probably do like another part to it, to see what happens during trial and everything. But like I said, this case is just so fairly new that, as of right now, he's just arrested and is being, questioned about what happened, basically. And I don't think they have a trial set yet, but I would love to keep continuing on with this video, like in a part 2 series or something like that. But if you did go ahead and watch the CCTV footage, or if you just, were too triggered by that, so you just listened to what I actually had stated. So, but based on this information that was provided to you, what do you think? Do you think that Tatiane actually, jumped, that she actually killed herself? Or do you think that Lewis actually pushed her? Like, what do you think? I personally think that it's pretty obvious, who killed who in this situation. I 100% think that Louis Felipe 100% pushed her. And the reason that I say that is because after watching the CCTV footage, you can just see how much anger and aggression and hatred he has towards her. Like, you can just see all of that. And it would only make sense for him to push her. Like, it doesn't make sense that she would just go and jump off of a balcony. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense. what I want you all to understand is that domestic violence should be taken way more serious than what it actually is. Now, from the outside looking in, you can never tell that someone's in a domestic, situation. You cannot, because it seems too picture perfect. Like they don't really have signs that that they're being abused. I mean, it's like they don't just scream red flag. It's usually, perfect. Everything looks perfect. Like the too good to be true kind of thing. But what I want you all to understand is also that being in that situation is very hard, because they either stay with that person because that person, can be like, oh, I am so sorry that I hurt you, like I promise I won't ever do it again, and it's kind of like a day and night situation, okay? Um, it's kind of like one day, it's perfect, like they aren't fighting, it's great, the significant other showers them with gifts, with love, and then, the next day it's like a nightmare. They're being screamed at, they're being hit, they're told that everything that they do is wrong, they can do nothing right, that they hate them. And that's basically what it is. So if you've never been in a domestic violence situation, you wouldn't understand that it's just not that easy to go and report it. And most of the time, even if they did get the courage to go and report it, what's done about it? Let's be honest, there's not a lot done with domestic violence situations. And because of that, you see what happens. Also, like I said earlier, that the neighbors said that they heard her scream for help, but they didn't intervene. Guys, I want you all to understand that if you for 1 second think that someone is being abused or hurt or anything, intervene. Like, say something, call the police. It could save someone's life. Like, do not just sit there and let it happen because you're afraid to intervene. Do not. But that's all that I have for this case right now. Like I said, this is a part 1. There will be a part 2 coming when I get more information. I would love to keep an update on this case. This case is very interesting to me. So if you want to see a part 2 when I can get some more information, just give me a thumbs up. And yeah, so I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.